for tonight. I know this guy because I knew him when he was probably about 15 pounds lighter. He's probably still the same height.
I was a little taller back then.
Oh, he's a little taller, okay. But I had the opportunity to serve as the principal for our speaker when I was at Shaw High School. And Shaw Raiders in the house. Raider, always Raider. But at that point, I found him to be a very hard-driving young man. Actually, when you look at him, you say, what position did he play? Fullback, something like that? Well, actually, he was guarding nose guard.
Linebacker.
Linebacker.
Yes, sir.
He played all that stuff back here. So how could he see? I can tell you, they couldn't see him. So here he was, standing back there, going and taking people out. I mean, really taking people out. I sort of felt sorry for some of them, not many of them. But Jonathan Rivers has been an inspiration to me, the people who served with at school, inspiration for people he has worked with. And actually, whenever I have people who do well, such as you guys, you inspire me. So we're looking for somebody who can be an inspiration to all of this. I know him better as Bam. But he has been somebody who has come to the limelight. I don't know if you watch CW.
Yes, sir, CW Jabam.
He's one of the co-anchors of a talk show, a sports talk show. So if any of you are interested in things of that nature, you might want to talk to Jonathan. So without further ado, I present to you Jonathan Rivers.
Appreciate that, sir.
Yes, sir, John.
Good business. I'm just glad to be around Mr. Overton and not having hear him tell me tuck my shirt in all the time, because that's all we got back in high school. Tuck your shirt in, didn't give us any special treatment. But the first thing I want to do is, this is greatness right here. Like, I'm in the midst of greatness. I feel it in the air. So the first thing I want to do is I want everybody to give yourselves a hand for being here tonight. Give yourselves a big hand. Give yourselves a big hand. All right? Now, you have to understand the accomplishments that you have in life shouldn't go unnoticed. They shouldn't go unnoticed. And I'm a man about business. Like, I've always been about business. When I was in the second grade, I used to be a part of assemblies in school that were about business, which is why I went to school and majored in business. And one of the things that I never forgot when I was in school was the product life cycle. Like, it was one of my favorite parts of business. And the product life cycle is broken out into 4 stages. First, you got the intro stage. This is when you introduce your brand or your product or your service to the world. Like, I'm here. This is my time now. Then the next is the growth stage. This is the cultivation stage. This is the grind stage. This is when you got to make stuff happen. This is when you got to keep progressing. This is when you got to get better. This is when you got to bring your A game. This is when you have to make your ordinary extraordinary in everything that you do. But then you got the third stage, and the third stage is the most important stage, but it's also the most dangerous stage, because some people have a certain mindset that makes it dangerous. It's the maturity stage. See, the maturity stage is when you made it. Like, there's no more ceiling, bro. You here. There is no more ceiling. You've done what you needed to do. You've accomplished what you wanted to accomplish. You've made it in your mind. But see, the people who think they've made it lose their hunger now. They lose their fire. They lose that desire. They lose that yearn to want to be better. And if you have an attitude like that, you know what you're headed for? You're headed for that 4th stage, which is the decline, straight to the bottom. That's where you're headed if you lose that fire. So what you got to understand is you got to cultivate, you got to work, you got to progress, you got to get better in everything that you do in life. So now that you're graduating high school, now that some of you are graduating college, Columbus State has been your stage. Your high school has been your stage. The Collegiate 100 Black Men of CSU has been your stage. Now you got an opportunity to make the world your stage, and I just have a question for you. What's next? Like, what's next? Like, what do you really want to do? Like, do you know what's next in your life? Because there are more goals that you have to accomplish. There are more aspirations that you have. There are more barriers that you can break down. So I want to ask you, what's next? What's next on the list? If you don't know what's next on the list, you better get it straight, because it's coming. Like, the world is coming and it's not waiting on anybody. Nobody's going to give you your greatness. You got to go get it. But in order to go get it, you got to know what's next. Let me tell you a quick story. Graduated from Shaw High School, like Dr. Overton said. Went on to Auburn University, graduated in 2004. And while I was at Auburn, joined the greatest fraternity in the world, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. And one thing we would do all the time is travel. Like, we would road trip. There was never a Saturday I was in Auburn. Gone everywhere. Alabama, Florida, St. Louis, Arkansas, North Carolina. Let's go. Yeah, there are times I drove with him, though I ain't want to drive, but I'll get over that right now. I ain't harboring any type of feelings about that. But I'm on my way to Tuscaloosa one night because the University of Alabama bros had a party. And if you don't know something about Tuscaloosa and Birmingham, they know how to party. Like, they get down, some of the biggest pool parties in the world. I know. Go take a trip. You smiling, you must have been there before. I understand. You understand what I'm saying? Some of the biggest parties. So I'm going to tell you what, I'm an individual that parties hard. Like, I party hard, especially when I was 19, 20. You kidding me? I was gone. So we in Tuscaloosa, we partying hard. Next thing you know, 2 o'clock in the morning rolls around. I tell the brothers, I got to hit the road, man. I got to go back to work in the morning. I'm working at Walmart. See, you think working at Walmart, why you didn't want to take off? You working at Walmart? No, it wasn't just Walmart. It was my job at the time. It was my career at the time. It was my opportunity at the time. I don't care if it was at Walmart. I don't care if it was at Hewlett-Packard. And I don't care if I was shoveling snow. I was going to give 100%. So I was like, as hard as I play, I'm going to work harder. So I got to go. I can't stay here tonight. I got to go. They said, dog, it's 2:30 in the morning. I said, that's what's up. I'll call you when I get to the house. So I got one of my neophytes. You know, that's an individual who I helped make, who came into the fraternity after me. He said, bam, dog, I'm with you. Dog, I'm good. We got it. Soon as we got in the driveway, he sleep. Knocked out. Talking about you got it. You got to sleep nothing. Like, at least you give me something. Soon as we hit the driveway, so we on our way home. 2.5 hours, 3 hours to to Auburn, Alabama from Tuscaloosa. 2:30 in the morning. You understand, I'm not drunk. I'm not high. I'm not inebriated. I'm tired. Because I've been partying all night. But in my mind, I work harder than I party. So I got to get back to work. So I'm on that road. Next thing you know, I find out I'm asleep. You know how I know? Because I wake up and I'm in the middle of the road swerving. I'm like, oh, you got to wake up, bro. Like, you got to wake up, man. Shot, still over there, not like sleep. Shot! That's all I get from him. Knocked out. Party harder than I did. I made him. I'm supposed to be partying harder than you. So let me tell you what happened next. So let me tell you what seriously happened next. Like, I fell asleep in the middle of the road. But the next thing I knew, I was asleep. And you know how I knew I woke up? Because no lie, from me to this trash can right here was an 18-wheeler staring me head on. You think I'm playing an 18-wheeler staring me head on from here to the trash can? Because I'm on the wrong side of the road again. And by the grace of God, I wake up a second later, I'm gone. I'm gone. But why? Because I work harder than I party. I got to get home. Like, I want to go put partying off. I don't care if it's 5 o'clock, I'm still getting back to Auburn. So I said, I'm good. Slapped myself about 4 more times. Shot! Still knocked out. So now I get to the exit. I get to the end. You know how you can see the light at the end of the tunnel and you think everything is good? So I get to exit 51. I never forget, I get to the exit. It starts raining. And it's raining hard enough to where the road is slick. And there's a forerunner in front of me. And I'm 20 yards back. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm not speeding. I'm finally awake driving 3.5 hours from Auburn. And I put the brakes and I start the hydroplane. And I hit a lady and her 3 children dead in the back. Bam! So you mean to tell me I almost died twice? And now I get back home, I'm awake at 6 o'clock in the morning, I crash? I'm in a Saturn back then. I don't know if y'all know how big Saturns are, but they're not big at all. Like, I kept mine clean, but they weren't that safe. You understand what I'm saying? So when I tell you that my hood and my trunk were right there together, when I tell you my hood was bent up like this, when I tell you my car caught on fire, when I tell you that my door couldn't open more than 25% and I had to get out of that car, my phone was broken. Couldn't do anything but receive calls. I remember getting to the house. Had damage, had pelvic bone damage, bleeding everywhere, but I was good. I couldn't go to work. I'm like, I grind all that time, I can't even make money today. Like, I'm hurt. So I get back to the couch. I get back to the fry house, because I stayed at the fry house with one of my LBs, one of my profiles. And I'm laying on the couch. And I got no lie, 30 messages on my phone. And you know what all the messages said? Bam, we just saw your car, dog. Call me back. You can't be alive. That's what they said. They're like, you can't be alive when we saw your car. My point to you is I'm alive because I got a purpose. Like, God has gifted me with a purpose and I'm about to let loose on it. I'm about to unleash my purpose. You got to unleash yours too. You got to unleash your greatness. You got to understand that if you really want to find your purpose in life, you got to live your life on purpose. Like, you can't walk around sleepwalking. This ain't time to sleepwalk. Do you know what we got going on in Columbus, Georgia right now? We got people murdering people in the mall. Like, I got 4 kids right now. Like, I got people murdered. Like, that can be one of my children in the mall running around getting murdered. For what? Because you're trying to prove you're a man? First thing, let me tell you something. To prove you're a man, you don't have to prove that to anybody. That's the first step of being a man. You don't have to prove that to anybody. You walk a daily walk. You have to prove so much. Now you're going to pull out a gun and shoot somebody in broad daylight in the evening because you're trying to prove to be a man? Like, that's not your purpose. But that individual's purpose was taken away. And see, the things you're doing right now, living in your purpose, stepping in your purpose at Columbus State and in high school means something. Don't let anybody tell you it doesn't mean anything. So like I asked you already, what's next? Like, what's the next opportunity? And one thing I need you to understand is that to be ready for an opportunity, you got to be in position before it happens. Like, there's no such thing as taking an opportunity and not being in position. It is better to be ready for an opportunity and not get one than to get one and not be ready for it. What do you think I was doing when Dr. Overton called me last year? Like, he called me last. He's like, Mr. Rivers, you know how cool he is. Look at him, you know how cool he is. He was like, Mr. Rivers, I heard you're a motivational speaker. I said, yes, sir. He said, man, we got the 100, Collegiate 100 Black Men next year. I want you, sign me up. Sign me up. Like, you got to be a pest. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you got to be a pest about your goals. Like, you got to pester people. I called him 2 or 3 times, no lie, right? I told my wife, I said, hey, if you ever see Dr. Overton, you let him know to call me. He saw my wife at Walmart. She was like, excuse me, my husband just wanted to make sure. He's like, I got him. Like, you put your family to work when it's about your goal. Like, you got to be a pest about everything, man. You got to be persistent, right? You got to be enthusiastic. You got to be strong, and you got to be in tune with what you want. That's what you got to be. Now, the thing about it is when you procrastinate, it takes away those opportunities, doesn't it? Now, when you sit back and wait, it takes away those opportunities. Let me tell you about a time when I procrastinated and how bad it hurt me. I went to school with this young lady, and he knows it. He was a principal. He told you I went to school with this young lady. Vibrant young lady. She cheered while I played ball, and we were tight. I mean, she was real nice. The only thing you could notice about her was her smile. Every time you saw her, she was smiling. Like, we would crack jokes on each other, and every time I joked, she was like, man, that was a good one. She would smile. I ain't never see her mad at anybody. So some years back, she ended up joining my church. And I was so excited because she was getting closer to Christ. She was doing everything she needed to do in her life. She was married, had a family. She was going places. She was changing her life. She came to Bible study one Wednesday night, and that smile I had seen for years and years and years was gone. Like, it wasn't there. And I said, what's the matter? You know what I'm saying? And you know who I said it to? I said it to myself. Now, every Wednesday before that, while they were having worship, I would go up there and talk to her. I would go give her a hug. I would go tell her, how you doing? I love you like a sister. You know what I'm saying? We down like that. What's going on? But the night I saw that pain on her face and that opportunity was there for me to go minister to her and talk to her, I didn't do it. What did I do? I procrastinated. Why? Because I said, well, maybe she's not in a position to talk right now. She might not feel good. I took it upon myself to make that decision and not go see her like I had every time. So I said, I'll just see you at the service. Ain't number 30 minutes. Hey, they ain't even procrastinating, man. Ain't 30 minutes. Like, you drop something on the ground, you eat it at 3 seconds. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that 3 second rule. I turned it to the 5 second rule. You understand? When time's hard, you eat what you eat. So I said, I'll procrastinate. I'll put it off till after service. Like, cool. Great word. I remember the word. Great word. I turn around, she gone. I was like, man, I got to catch her tomorrow. Funny thing about it is, tomorrow she had been murdered by her husband. Yeah, see, y'all think I'm making this up, this real deal right here. She had been murdered by her husband, found in a ditch. So I can't sit here and tell you that if I would have gone and talked to her that anything would have turned out differently. Like, I don't know that for certain. I don't know that. But what I do know for certain is that I didn't do what I was supposed to do, what the Holy Spirit led me to do, and now I ask myself, could it have been different? And I don't want you to feel that way. I don't want you to feel that way. I don't want you to say, what if? Like, I don't want you to have regrets in life. I want you to understand that even if you fail, you took that step. Even if you fail, you took that step. Because failure is a prelude to success. There is no such thing as success without failure. And whoever told you that lied to you. If they told you that you can be successful without failing, they lied to you. Or they never tried to be successful because you're going to fail all the time. All the time. Do you understand what I'm telling you? That was my procrastination. And when you procrastinate, you know what you don't do? You don't plant seeds. Like, you don't plant seeds when you procrastinate. It doesn't happen. And see, the thing you got to realize is a lot of people don't want to plant seeds because they want to get the thing right now. Like, but do you understand when you plant seeds, do I get a seed back when I plant it? No. I plant an apple seed, what do I get? An apple. Isn't that better than a seed? When I plant an apple tree seed, what do I get? An apple tree. I'm saying, like, if I plant a watermelon seed, I'm getting a watermelon. And I love watermelon. Like, that's what I get. I get an entire watermelon. I don't just get the seed. So you got to plant the seeds. I used to be the Roman representative at the University of Phoenix. And when I was in the Roman representative at the University of Phoenix, we had something called career progression. I never forget it. They're talking about progressing your career progression. You know, I got to always do mnemonic devices and things like that to remember stuff. So they was like, hey, in order to be in the situation to get employed, in order to be in the situation to get progressed, in order to the situation to apply for management, anything else you want to do, you got to go through career progression. It's like 30 modules plus writing. Everybody was like, nah. Like, there are no open positions here right now, so why would I do that? That's 90% of the mindset of the people that I work with. I'm talking about grown people. I'm not talking about people like you. I'm not talking about young men and women who are in a position to be great in life. I'm talking about grown people with careers they're trying to establish. Yet they're trying to establish their careers, but they didn't want to establish the grind. They ain't want to establish the grind, but you want to be established in your career. I don't get that. So 90% of the people say, hey, there's no job available. I'm not about to sit here and do 30 career progression modules. I'm going to lay that to the side. And I said, okay, you do what you do. But I understand that the goal doesn't always manifest itself yet. Like, just because something hasn't manifested itself doesn't mean it hadn't happened. Like, that's why people with true vision, like Martin Luther King, that's why people with true vision are not known by other people. Like, they don't know their vision because their vision is seen with their passion. Like, you don't see a true vision with your eyes, you see it with your passion. So if nobody else sees your passion, don't worry about it. If somebody says you crazy, we'll go, you talking about, thank you. I appreciate you calling me crazy. I know I am. So I'm at the University of Phoenix and I finished all my career progression. And no. I don't get a management job. I don't get progressed, but you know what I did? I got a skill set that right now is unparalleled. I got competencies right now that are unparalleled. You know what I got? I got mindsets and I got opportunities to do team builders. So over the next 2 or 3 months, I did about 4 or 5 team builders for the team. I got an opportunity to talk in front of 20 or 30 people, encourage people on a daily basis in meetings. That's what I got. And I lied to you not. 2 months ago, that director that I had at the University of Phoenix 6 years ago called me. She said, hey, Jonathan. She said, I'm over here at Indiana Wesleyan University right now. She was like, I was telling my director how great you were, how you were one of my best workers, how you had the Spirit of God in you, how you always came to work on time because I was early. She said the grind and the effort you had. She said, you know what? We're trying to bring in somebody because we're trying to mesh our vision. Like, they're going through change right now. A lot of people don't like to go through change. You know why? Because a lot of people don't like to change themselves. So they're having a hard time with that right now. They were like, we need to bring you in. She said, I don't only want you to do a devotional, but I want you to lead a workshop. She said, hey, send me your price codes and everything. I want to fly you out to Indiana. Indiana? What? 6 years ago, I did what? I planted that seed. And did I get a seed back? No, bruh. No, ma'am. I didn't get a seed back. I got an opportunity to go to Indiana on that dollar. But it's not about that. It's about me being able to go out there because she saw something in me that I could change people. It's about being a change agent. It's because I see problems and I try to get the solution out of the problems. I don't see problems and complain. She reached out to me 6 years later because I embedded in her mind and her heart, this is the guy you need to bring in. I ain't even talk about being a motivational speaker then, but it happened. And now that opportunity is there for me. And I talked about this earlier. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you're taking advantage of opportunities, you got to love what you do. In anything, you got to love what you do. You know what happens when people love what they do? You know what they cherish? They don't cherish the prize. Like, they don't cherish trophies. Like, they don't cherish extrinsic rewards. They don't cherish accolades from other people. They cherish the process. They cherish the process. Like, they get up every morning and be like, process, yeah. I'm serious. Like, I'm excited right now, but I'm dead serious. That's why I'm excited, because I'm serious. They cherish the process. Like, you heard Mr. Open say I co-host a college football show right now. Like, do you know what I do every morning? Let me give you a rundown of my day and talk about my process. I get up at 5:30 every morning, especially when we post our midweek motivation videos. I get up at 5:30 every morning because my 4-year-old got to be at school. And my wife ain't getting up. I'm sorry, she ain't getting up. So I got to get up, get him dressed, get him fed, get him to school, come back, shower up, get my clothes ready, go to work, come back from work, meet with George, because we had these mastermind meetings, and I got to prep for the show. I get back around 11:30. We cut videos of motivational speakers because we're trying to change the world through encouragement. I go to sleep for about 5 hours, and I get up and do it again. Like, that's my process. And I do it every day, which means I love it. But, you know, if I were driven by external rewards, if I were driven by external factors, if I were driven by what you said about me, if I were driven by you saying, hey, good job, you're doing a great job, I wouldn't do that. I'd get tired. I'd get tired of trying to please you. You got to remember something. People that are externally motivated, a lot of times are internally fragile. A lot of times when you're externally motivated, you're internally fragile. That's something serious. And see, what starts to happen is when you become internally fragile, you know what starts to creep into your mind? Fear. Like, now you're doubting yourself. Now you're wondering, am I really doing this? Like, do I have the muscle, do I have the gumption, do I have the skill sets to do this? That's what you're wondering. That's what you're wondering now. And let me tell you something about quality speech. You know the word if? Raise your hand if you've ever used the word if. Raise your hand. Come on, raise your hand if you ever used the word if. Do me a favor. Stop saying it. Stop saying if. You know what if means? If means doubt. Hey, if I can make it to college, I'll do this. If I get this job, I'll do this. If I can make enough money for my family, I'll do this. So you saying if, you like, okay, if, but if I don't, what? There's no recourse. But when you say when, I called somebody the other day, I called Double O Key. Anybody know who Double O Key is? He's a DJ for Fox 105. Look, my ambition, I'm going to speak at Family Day in the Park. I'm telling you this now, I hadn't been done in store yet, but I'm telling him I'm going to speak at Family Day in the Park because I'm going to try to encourage the city and do what I need to do. And I called him, he said, hey, we're going to have a meeting. And I'm sorry I can't give you a definitive answer right now, but I'll let you some next week. I said, bro, I'll be waiting on you to call me back and confirm. Appreciate you. That's all I needed. Like, you ain't got to tell me right now, like, bro, I speak in the affirmative. I'm good in uncertainty. You can say anything you want about me. I'm good in uncertainty. I ride like that. I ride or die with uncertainty. I understand that life is going to happen. Like, the only thing certain about life is its uncertainty. I'm like, bro, I said when? Like, when I speak at Family Day in the Park, we're going to change the world. You understand what I'm saying? Like, when I get this new opportunity, we're going to make it happen. We're not going to let it slide. That's what it's about. You got to be able to say when and not if. I want everybody to rid yourself of in and not with. When and not if. Now, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to repeat after me. I want you to say, cherish the process. Cherish the process. Not the prize. Not the prize. Now, I kind of want you to say it like you care about what I'm saying right now. Cherish the process. Cherish the process. And not the prize. Not the prize. I'm serious about that, though. Like, I'm not just sitting here to hear myself talk. I want you guys to cherish the process. Like, love what you do. And in loving what you do, man, you got to be able to invest your time. Like, we have to be able to invest our time wisely. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, look, so many people watch basketball games. So many people on Facebook. So many people watch football games. So many people on the computer doing nothing with their lives. Like, they're in the same situation they were before they started. How are you progressing? How are you investing your time if you're sitting there doing nothing to get better? Like, when I watch sports, I watch it with a purpose. I watch sports because I analyze it. I talk college football. I'll sit here and run down recruiting with you in a heartbeat. We'll talk about Auburn, Alabama, Georgia, Florida State, Miami. It does not matter. That's my lifeblood. So I get an excuse. I get to watch sports because it's what I do. You understand what I'm saying? But if you watch the sports, you're not doing anything for it, you are wasting your time. You are not investing your time wisely. You know the true way to understand that you're investing your time? You don't have to ask, am I investing my time wisely? You're just doing it. Man. That's pretty deep right there, isn't it? It's not really. It's simple. Like, if you are investing your time wisely, you don't have to say, am I doing what I need to do to get forward? You are investing your time the way you should be. People always talking about, I need to invest money to be successful. No, what you need to do is invest time and research how to make money. Like, Miss Williams, where'd she go? I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. She might have dipped. Mr. Overton, Columbus State, this gentleman right here introduced Eric Thomas, right, when he was here? You know how I know that? How did I know that? Because I was in the building. One of the hottest motivational speakers come to my hotel. I said, bro, you come to Columbus? Like, I'm there. Like, I'm there. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even had $30 to my name that day. I ain't lying to you. I don't care. I'm transparent. I don't care. I didn't have $30 to my name that day. My car had a decline from people who were like, I'm trying to get. I went and got another car. I called my wife and said, babe, a bill came out. I didn't know what coming out. It was boom. That's no longer an issue right now, though. You know, because I said we're speaking financial blessings into our life. And since that time, things have been skyrocketing. Because I said when and not if. You remember I just said that a little time ago? Like, I knew he introduced E.T. because I was in the building. Do you think that I was going to let a time go by when the hottest motivational speaker in the world was going to be here? I've been listening to this man for 2 years. I was going to let time go by and me not go see him in person? Have you lost your mind? I think that was a good investment of my time. Don't you agree? That was a good investment of my time. So you got to do your research. Like, I'm a motivational speaker. My mouthpiece gets me where I need to be in life. My mouthpiece allows me to help people. I've been blessed with the gifts of leadership, exhortation, and giving. I give my time. I give my efforts. I give my love. I give my mouth. I give my words. I give my encouragement. And I lead by listening. Like, you think because I'm a motivational speaker, I talk all the time. I need to listen to learn, right? How do I do my research? I got to listen. I got to take classes by Grant Baldwin. I got to listen to Eric Thomas all day. I got to listen to Les Brown. I got to listen to Napoleon Hill. Raise your hand if you know who Napoleon Hill is. By the time you leave today, you need to go Google him. Because I guarantee you that will not be a bad waste of your time. That man is a genius. He's a guru. He sits down and breaks down step by step how to be successful. Man, I feed that stuff to me every day. I feed myself Napoleon Hill like I feed my boy and girl ravioli. I mean, they eat it up. I eat up Napoleon Hill because he's talking about success. I'm investing my time wisely. You can't walk around in a daze. You can't walk around unintentional. You have to be intentional about everything that you do. I want you to listen to what I'm saying right now. Like, we're in a state of emergency right now. Like, there are so many young men like you that are not doing what you're doing right now. Like, you don't understand that you have an opportunity to change the world right now. Don't let it slip. I'm not playing. Like, I see you guys, I see my 3 boys in 15 years. And I got a daughter, so I want them to be able to understand how things work in this world. So yeah, I'm hard on them. Yes, I'm hard on them because I want them to be great. You ask any of my children right now, from my 8-year-old to my 5-month-old, I say, what are you destined for? They'll say greatness. My 5-month-old will just smile because he can't talk yet, but he's still extraordinary. You understand what I'm saying? He's still extraordinary. He just can't talk yet. He'll spit on me. I'm good, though. I'll take that. I'm like, Titus, what are you destined for? Yeah. Give me that, baby boy. I love it. So you got to invest your time wisely because your greatness depends on it. Now I want you to listen to me. The way you invest your time permeates into your actions, right? Right? And your actions permeate into your decisions. Man, and your decisions ultimately determine your outcome. Oh, man. Whew. Your decisions determine your determination and your destination, bro. I'm not lying. Like the decisions you make determine your destination. And see, you know what you might be saying right now? You might be saying, well, look, I had a lot of hardships growing up. Like my situation, you don't know my situation. You don't know my story. You know what? I don't know your story, but I'm going to tell you mine. Raised by a single mother who was in the military. My father had 5 children by 5 different women. And some of y'all think that's cool, right? Like when I was in college, I was like, man, I can lay up with another girl every day. That's cool. That's not cool, man. That's a generational curse placed in my mind, placed in my heart by what was done before me. Like 5 children by 5 different women. My mother raised me on her own. Like I dealt with abuse as a child. Sexual abuse as a child. Ain't nothing to play with, man. Like ain't nothing to play with. Like you deal with things like that. Like you deal with things internally. Like your mind plays tricks on you. Like you like, God, why me? Like why did this have to happen to me? You know what I was doing? I was playing a victim. Like when I said why me, I was playing a victim. But you know what I started saying when I got older? I started saying, why not me? Like why not put me through the fire? I'm strong enough. Because your grace is sufficient for what I am right now. And when I'm weak, when you're weak, I'm made strong. That's what God told me. He was like, be weak and depend on me. So instead of saying why me and being a victim, I started saying why not me and became a victor. I became a victor. And right now, I welcome adversity right now. If you've never read a book called The Upside of Adversity by O.S. Hillman, you need to read it. Again, that's another way to use your time wisely. I've given you Napoleon Hill and O.S. Hillman. You need to look it up, and I know you guys and you girls will because y'all are destined for greatness. That's why we're here right now. I said it earlier. So I dealt with all that stuff as a child, but I decided not to make that something that was going to stop me. Did it hurt? Yes. Did I have issues growing up? Yes. I'm a 33-year-old man. I'm still dealing with stuff? Yes. But by the grace of God, I'm here moving, baby. I'm going to tell you what. Fear is just a barrier that you need to break down and keep moving. Like without adversity, how you going to get stronger? How you going to get stronger? Y'all remember in high school when y'all played ball and you saw those guys who couldn't lift but 120 pounds? You was looking at them like, man, what you doing? Like, you know, I'm apologizing. Some of that might be you. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to say no. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, without adversity, you're not going to get stronger. If you're not going to get stronger, how you going to help somebody else? Woo, Joy, listen, bro. Do you know what I realized about problems? What's your name, sir?
Oh, Denzel.
Denzel. You know what I'm going to tell Denzel right now? I'm going to tell Denzel something. I'm going to tell the whole world something. Hey, Denzel, sometimes your problems can be somebody else's solutions. Hey, sometimes your problem can be somebody else's solution. That's real talk right there. Like, that's real talk. Like, the problems you go through can be somebody else's solutions. Like, the way you deal with adversity and the way you handle yourself in the midst of adversity, people see you struggling, but yet they see you still moving forward, that is encouraging to them. So I want you to embrace those things that hurt you. I know you're going through something right now. I just want you to embrace it. Regardless of what the world says, God loves you, man. Like, you're fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of God. And He's got you. You just got to remember that. He's got you. So you know what else I decided? You know, I decided to say, why not me, and become a victor, right? Instead of saying, why me, and being a victim. Like, don't be a victim, be a victor. Like, you got victory. Victory, like championship. Like, I'm holding it up. I got the belt right now. I'm wearing it. And I ain't taking it off for nobody. Not anybody. I ain't taking it off for nobody. Because you know what? Instead of being a product of my environment, I decided to be a product that changes my environment. I made that decision. Now I want you guys to realize something. I'm about to close, but I want you to realize something. Not only do you have to be the product that changes your environment, I want you to know something. It is not your job to try and control life's circumstances. That's not your job. Because life is like a boxer that never gets tired, bruh. Like, life gonna keep swinging at you. Life gonna come harder than you ever seen life come before. Like, it's gonna hit you in the back. Boom, you gonna get blindsided. Like he talked about, I played linebacker. Like, I used to lay people out. You let me catch you slipping. Like, I ain't playing, man. Like, I'm nice right now in your mind. I don't play games. I don't play games in life. I live life with a linebacker mentality. It is not your job to try and control life circumstances. Your job is not to let life circumstances control you. That's your job. Don't let things you go through control you. Be free from those chains or those bondages. Like, I'm speaking from a place of bondage. Like, I know I'm not making this stuff up. Everything I've told you tonight is real life, real me. I'm not playing. I put here for a reason. This is my purpose. And you need to live out your purpose. You need to step into your greatness. And don't let any day go by when you're not investing your time wisely. Don't let any day go by when you're forgetting to use quality speech. Don't let any day go by when you're not encouraging somebody else either by your actions, your words, or the things that you don't do. Remember, sometimes not responding is more positive than responding. Like, let somebody walk up to me and say something to me right now. I look at you like, okay, man. I got a situation. I got a wife, 4 kids, nice opportunity, career, greatness standing in front of me. I'm not about to throw it away to prove that I'm a man, because I'm going to prove that I'm a man by not saying anything to you. Remember, sometimes it's harder to walk away than to swing back on somebody, but usually the better thing to do is the harder thing to do. Like, just because 100 people are doing something doesn't mean it's the right thing. Majority doesn't equal right. Right equals right. I'm about to close, and I got one more thing I want to say to you guys. God is so good, man. I'm up here crunk right now. Like I feel like they're going to reel me in like the same man on the Apollo. I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to run through the stop sign. I'm crunk right now. You understand? So I'm surprised I still got this jacket on. But what I'm telling you is that Scripture tells us that you have not been given a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And with power, you can lift any dream. With love, you can accept any circumstance. And with a sound mind, you can create any opportunity. The world is about to be your stage. What's next? Hey, my name is Jonathan Rivers. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Talk about family when family's all that we got. Everything I would do, you were standing there by my side. And now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way, from where we began.
You know we started.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Tell you.
When I see you